Hi, good evening, everyone. I'll not keep you waiting long before the awards, so I'll sum it up very fast. Some notes that I took down, I thought it's worth sharing with all of you, and I will take few minutes to discuss and present that. But before that, let me tell you one thing. Supply chain, which has come now into the center of the focus as far as the business is concerned, was once a very neglected back-end kind of a work. And today also I feel that supply chain, which is a real backbone of the business. See, this is literally when the rubber hits the road, it is the supply chain which makes things happen, because supply chain is nothing, it's another way of calling the value chain, right from the cradle to grave. That's where the supply chain role is. And we were just discussing outside today that it is one of the most under-indexed, under-invested, and I would say the one which has the least focus amongst all the businesses over the years. And come pandemic, we realized that we can't stand straight without that backbone, which we used to call supply chain earlier. And what we used to call it was warehouse and logistics, and the trucks will reach on time or not. And then we realized that it's much more to that. It's not only the logistics and transport part of it. It is each and every component when it moves from, as I said, from cradle to the grave when the product is really set off. So how do you get ready for tomorrow? The things are changing, and for that, you have to change from your mindset and the mindset of records. So we've been operating on mindset which is based on records, old data, this is how it happened earlier, this is how people do it, and this is how the competition is doing, and this is how they're thinking. It has to change from mindset for records to mindset for reality. And reality is not static. The new reality is a different reality. New reality is dynamic. It's constantly changing. What happens today, you don't know if it will happen tomorrow, or something new might come up tomorrow. New reality is very competitive. It is non-linear. It does not move in straight lines. Just like the evolution happens in biology, which never happens in a straight line. It will stay static for some time and suddenly jump. That is the new reality. And when you will not know when it will jump. And the best part of this is it's totally unpredictable. So something which is dynamic, something that is non-linear, something that is totally unpredictable. How do you plan for that? Let me throw some numbers on the table so that you can see how things look like as we go forward. We all know that as a country, we took about 75 years to become a 4 trillion economy. Now the next prediction is 10 years, 12 years, and I would say, let's take the worst case possible, maybe 15 years to become a 10 trillion economy. So 2.5x in just 10 to 15 years. That is the way things are going to change in the next 1.5 decades. Then you look at the logistics industry, 317 billion in the current year, or the last fiscal, to 484 billion. 317 to 484 billion dollars. This is the overall logistics industry, and warehousing will also change accordingly, and the transport systems and everything, robotics, the drones, the way you transfer material, the way people are going to be involved, everything is going to change at scale. We're not talking about small things here. And now the best part, the transformation which we are looking forward to is happening at a geopolitical level. This is not something that you're talking, gone are the eras when you would get into a board meeting, quarter discussion or a quarterly meeting, and you would discuss what happened earlier and how do we plan. Shall we look at a 20% growth or 15% growth? Okay, let's do about a 18% growth depending on the hunger of the management or hunger of the team. And then let's start working backwards. What are the stuff how many people do we need? How do we plan for the inventory, and how many people do we need to work on different new product developments and the entire value chain and the supply chain? That template does not work anymore. Today we are looking at competing in the global ground. So here is it for you. We are all racing right now towards a competition which is called China plus one as a country, right? And with the latest results one of the largest democracies of the world, this is going to be fast-tracked very soon. So here are countries going to compete. You're going to compete against Vietnam, you're going to compete against Malaysia, you're going to compete against Turkey, you're going to compete against Europe. And you're going to compete against the big power who's been the manufacturing center and a factory of the entire world itself, which is like maybe 10, 20 times of you right now. That's where the competition begins. Then there is competition going to be amongst the industries. Shall we pick up our electronics industry, or shall we pick up a pharma industry, or shall we back up a defense industry? So government is going to put their weight behind one industry which will show the best promise. Or people inside that industry will show best promise. And then within the industry, there will be internal competition, brand A versus brand B versus brand C. So the competition is happening at 3 degrees now. Within the industry, between the industries, and between the countries. How do you plan for such a big thing? You know what the supply chain does is, I think supply chain brings sanity to the entire system. A lot of businesses, and I have held different roles in my entire journey, be it marketing or be it product planning or be it the human resources or be it various other things that you can do. A lot of stuff can happen on paper and on the screen while sitting on the desk. But there's one thing which doesn't work there, which is supply chain. It is literally where the rubber hits the road, as I said. People are on the ground. They have to keep the things moving. So the only thing that you can do, the bold part that I would recommend that everyone should look at, is go back to basics. You all must have heard the first principles approach, made pretty famous by business leaders like Elon. First principles is to start afresh and start thinking. Don't look at old models, old templates, old approach, which worked maybe 5 years ago, because it is not going to work anymore. You are not competing with somebody else. You're not competing within your industry. You're now competing in a large playground. You're in an ocean. You're not in your local swimming pool. And that ocean has countries, industries, companies at various levels competing against you. So forget everything that you've been doing. Go back to the first principles. Start building and thinking from scratch, because you will have to take bold steps. You will have to undo the entire thing that you've been doing and build up for the future. I will not take more time, but I think the only message that we all have is that the time is very less to plan. We have to jump into the ocean, because that is the time which has come. Otherwise, India will miss the bus. We all will miss the bus. And we have to jump in the ocean and learn how to swim better along the way. Thank you.